Guinea Pig Collective. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to another United Underground Presents Collectable Past. I already see we have a few people that are popping up in the chat already. What's going on to Helium29? Good to see you, my friend. Chris Fisk is in the house as well. Channel 66, what's going on? And Keck44, how you doing? Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs, it's good to see you again. And what is going on? And it just wouldn't be a stream hosted by two guinea pigs without our friend Vinnie. What's going on, Vinnie?
What's up, brother? Dude, I got my blaster figure, and I just put up the review. So
awesome. Yeah, I just shared that out on Twitter because I seen it last minute. And what's going on, King of Squibs?
Hell yeah, man.
Rip Nation.
Great people in the chat.
Dude, it has been an absolutely insane week for me this past week. All the figures that I wound up getting in, like all the stuff that I ordered a while ago and the stuff that I've recently ordered, all just started coming in at once. And
oh, wow.
Most of them have been perfect. I did just get one from USPS. I got the Rodimus Prime figure in. I got it for a halfway decent price. Not great, considering it's not that old of a figure, but the damn thing was broke. It looked like the USPS like stomped on the box. I'm like, those son of a bitches. It's happened before, and it drives me absolutely nuts when it does happen. They take absolutely no care or respect to the people that they're delivering shit to.
Dude, I had a horror story, too. On one of the 1/6 scale figures. I had the pirate from the Assassin's Creed from that game. His box, I'm like, what the hell? This thing got delayed like 2 weeks, and I'm like, this is in the States. It's coming from the States. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Well, I got a little love note from the USPS, and they said, oh, we're sorry to inform you, but we did damage the box. I opened it up, and it looked like somebody just put their like a steel tip boot and just kicked it right in the center of the damn box.
Wow.
Luckily, that company they do like a double boxing of the figure itself. So it's like an outer like shell and then like that clamshell thing. And luckily, the clamshell thing prevented the figure from breaking. But the box was mangled. There's a giant hole in it.
See, and this is one of the things that I tell people if you decide to get into selling things on eBay or anything like that. One of the things I personally do is I get very worried about whatever figures that I'm sending out to somebody when they buy them. I don't care if it's a newer figure. I don't care if it's an older figure. Like, I make sure that these things are in a box that's got enough room around it. So when I put bubble wrap in it, regardless of whether or not these jackasses at the postal services crush it, that figure is going to arrive intact. Unfortunately, some of the people that ship things out, I mean, I guess they like 9 times out of 10, they don't have a problem, but it's that one time that you have a problem. Luckily, I've already been through the ringer with the United States Postal Service before, and I know exactly what to do. And guess what, USPS, you're going to be paying for the figure, and you're going to be paying me for the shipping as well. Ha-ha, because I've already been there before. What's going on, Red Gaze?
I could confirm. Tommy, he packs things, all figures beautifully. He sent me. I bought 2 pieces off him there, and he sent me them, and they were fantastic, bubble wrapped, like you wouldn't believe. A nice amount of tape. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hire Tommy when I gotta fulfill my next book because his packing skills are fantastic.
I've been doing it for a very long time, like sending toys off. Most people don't even know because I don't talk about it all that often. But that was one of the things that I got started doing when I started getting back into Transformer collecting after my original collection was stolen. And I started picking up all these figures and I started rebuilding original Transformers. And then I was getting so many extra parts, I was able to build multiples. So I was like, well, I might as well sell the extras, all the multiples that I had. And I opened up an eBay store and I started selling all the extras that I had that I put together from all the scrap parts that I bought out of these broken toy lots. And you know what? I did really well. I really got into the a certain habits about the way I pack things and make sure they were extremely protected. Because me personally, when I received a package like that, it's so disheartening to finally find a figure, especially if it's an older one and that shit is broken up. Oh no, I can't. And I don't want to put anybody else through that. So I go a little bit over the top. Luckily, I have so much packing material that I get from the guinea pig supplies that it doesn't matter. I can go overboard with the packing because it's not costing me anything. Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs. Is Vinnie a Jersey boy too? Sounds New York, maybe.
Yeah, New York. Queens, New York. Open here.
Yeah, absolutely no respect for shipping sometimes, Channel 66. It's absolutely disgusting. Tehillah 29, well, this week at Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, planning on finishing up a comic review today, so it can be scheduled later on the channel. Then going to have some time out before doing my next. Nice.
Oh, excellent.
Awesome. It's always good when you're doing those comic reviews. And I tell you, if you do them for independent creators too, that's a double bonus, because a lot of these independent creators, they don't get enough like time to really show off their incredible projects. Like Vinnie, like as soon as I got your stuff, I had to do a review because I was so impressed with all the books that you sent. So,
dude, I love that too, man. And yeah, those reviews, they help us so much. Because again, it's word of mouth right now. We don't have any gigantic platforms or anything like that. So yeah, it's the support from everybody. Yeah, it does a tremendous amount for us all. So yeah, thank you, and yeah, man, keep rocking it.
Absolutely. Every time I get a good book, I actually got another one recently, and I got done reading. It was Fatal J's book, so I'm gonna have to do a review on that as well.
Excellent. Yeah,
what's going on, Wookie?
Oh, Wookie, man, what's up? Yeah, I saw him over on Red's channel as well. And yeah, I saw that comment about the Pope. You are correct, brother. Those sick bastards.
And what's going on, Clown World Review in the house? What's up?
Hey, Tony.
But I got a few good ones here. One I've actually had for a few weeks, and one I just recently picked up as part of the 2022 86 line. So both of the figures I'm going to be showing off, they're actually from the 86 Studio series.
Oh.
And the one I've been waiting to do, and finally got around to it. So it actually had to be broken up into 3 clips, and the guinea pigs were hard at work uploading these clips to StreamYards all day long because StreamYards apparently was sucking eggs today. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get running with this first clip.
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
And Jumper is out today, and Jumper is ready to talk about another Transformer that we just recently picked up. Right, Jumper? Transformer time. What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2022 Transformers the Movie Studio Series 86 Coronation Starscream.
Get on with the ceremony.
Now I know our buddy over at Decepticon's Cave of Villains already did a short on this one, but I actually wanted to do a full unboxing of this one to look at it in all its glory. And of course, since I'm going to do him, I think I will bring out the other 2 versions of Starscream I have as well.
My fellow Decepticons, as your new leader,
And of course, sitting here in their packages along with the Coronation Starscream, we have Earthrise and Siege versions as well.
Who disrupts my coronation?
So, of course, right out of the packaging, all figures just standing there. You can see between the Siege and the Earthrise and, of course, the Coronation Starscream, there are a fair amount of differences. Of course, the chest on this Starscream being incredibly flat and not having as much depth as the other ones do. Even though the other ones don't have that much more, they do have a little bit more to them. But you can see that the Coronation Starscream and the Earthrise one are very similar in most respects. It looks like they pretty much just took this one, remolded it just a little bit to create the Coronation one. One thing I noticed that they didn't put on the newer ones is what they have on the Siege. The Siege actually has that piping in there so the eyes can kind of get that glow.
I'm not sure how well that's going to translate, so there we go. They did not include that, and a lot of the newer ones don't include that anymore. I always thought that was a pretty cool feature, and I don't know why they stopped doing it. But okay, let's take a look at Coronation Starscream, since this is what the video is about, and see everything else that he came with.
So I got those nice little clips in there to let me know where I'm ending, because I'm lazy.
Yeah, no, dude, those are all beautiful figures. I have two of them. I don't have the Coronation one because, yeah, it is the same figure. But yeah, if I had more room and stuff, maybe I would have. But I only saw them the one time in the store. So,
well,
but,
yeah, it's funny. I have not seen them anywhere else in the store, and I wound up picking them up online. What's going on, Shadowhawk Backs? And what's going on, CJH? And when I seen this one, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up at first. But like I said, Decepticon Cave of Villains, he did a short on it. And I was like, you know what? That thing looks pretty cool. I want to get it, and I want to do a complete unboxing. I want to see everything that it comes with. And that's what sold me. It was all the extras that he comes with.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple of small variations like between the two. Like, I don't know if you noticed on the Earthrise, he's got all the coloring on the back short wing.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like the red and blue striping. He doesn't have that on the Coronation one for whatever reason.
Yeah. What was the movie just? I can't remember. If they went a little bit, less with some of the the paint work on what he would look like.
It did seem like that to a degree on a few things, but there was actually a few other parts on the Starscream for the Coronation one where he actually had a few more painted details that the Earthrise didn't. So it was kind of like, I don't know what they did. Like if they decide, well, if we're adding extra here, we're going to take something off on that one. Like I don't know what they were thinking. It was kind of weird because there's a few paint applications that are not on the Earthrise one that should have been there that they included on this one, but then they didn't include the striping on the back end of those fins, which kind of threw me off. I don't understand why they didn't have on there. What's going on, LDG?
What's up, man?
So I'm going to get to the second part, which is him and all the pieces that he came with. He did come with quite a bit, surprisingly so.
So all decked out in his Coronation finest, of course, he has his crown. He has his big cape. He has these extra shoulder pieces. And of course, these are two different guns because these ones won't fit under there because they actually attach to a little swinging port that comes out underneath the shoulder. I kind of don't like how far they're setting off, but it doesn't look half bad once you get it all together. I think he looks pretty decent. The cape is a little weird too because it looks like it has a lot more movement because it's got multiple spots on here where it can kind of bend a little bit, but there really is nowhere you can go with it with the wings in the back. That is a bit of a shame, but it kind of is what it is. I think it looks absolutely amazing though for an extra figure of Starscream. Starscream is such a great character. And I actually have the G1. I actually have a few G1s, and I have a lot of other versions from a lot of the other series. Like one of these days, I'm going to have to do a compilation of all the Starscreams together, maybe all the sound waves and so on and so on. So let's get him on his throne and see what he looks like there. So obviously, got to take the cape off to get him in his chair. And one of the funny things is he doesn't really sit back as far on the chair as you would think because his hands are barely even resting on the armrest. I kind of wish they would have extended the seat just a little bit further out so it actually looks like he's sitting back on it more than what he is right here. Overall though, I thought it was a nice touch. It was a nice little addition. It was something that they threw into the set to give it just that little bit of extra pizzazz when you're putting it up on your shelf. Once again, I think they kind of missed the mark just a little bit on that throne because it looks like he's like sliding off the chair, like he's barely even sitting on it. And that is a shame because this figure looks absolutely amazing, just like the Earthrise one does and the Siege one does as well.
Dude, yeah, that throne looks freaking great. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you too, man. I'm surprised they didn't change it a little bit so that the figures could fit better.
Yeah, it threw me off too when that throne was sitting there because the back half of his wings is actually what is keeping him propped up on that chair.
Mhm.
And when it comes out, like his arms are like barely off the edge of the throne, and it just looks kind of silly because it looks like he's sliding off. Hey, there he goes, Decepticons, Cave of Villains. What's going on? It's tiny.
What's up?
I know. I was talking about that in there. So actually, I did do a comparison, and believe it or not, Decepticon. He's roughly the same size as the G1 version.
Oh, wow.
No, it's actually a purple cape. It does look pinkish because of how light it is. And I think with the clips I did from the movie, it does kind of look like a very light purple. It didn't look like a dark purple at the clips. But I got one final clip for him. And then the other ones we could save until I suppose you have something you want to talk about with your latest one that you just put up.
Yeah, I could show that because it's there's the one I have one difference from yours, and I did have another figure in there.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit this last clip for Starscream, and then we're gonna give you the floor.
Cool.
And of course, articulation-wise, Starscream has a decent amount of range. He can't quite do the splits, but he can get pretty close. Now this front piece comes up a little bit, so he can lift his legs up quite far. Of course, he's got the bend at the knee. I'm not sure if he really he does have a small rocker there at the ankle as well. There is no waist turn at all. Shoulders come all the way out and up. He's got a turn at the bicep. Of course, he's got a turn at the elbow. And he does have a little bit of hand movement here because it's part of the transformation. And let's see what kind of head movement he's got. He's got decent head movement. It looks up a bit, looks down, side to side. Not too shabby. Wings fold back so you can kind of get them out of the way if you wanted to. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And it took a little bit to get him into his jet form, but he looks really good in his jet form as well. Did a hell of a job on this one. I'm really impressed with it. I mean, a few of the pieces I was a little bit sure about because they didn't seem to want to snap into place at first, but once I got everything lined up, everything snapped right into place, and he looks incredible. Granted, a little bit to be desired on the underside because there's some hollow spaces, but as far as like a top down looking at his Jed mode, I think it looks damn good.
Pathetic fools! There's no escape! The Transformers! More than meets the eye! The Transformers!
That voice is so legendary.
Absolutely. Well, him as Cobra Commander too.
Yeah.
The old
Oh my
G.I.
God.
Joe.
Yeah, dude, so good. But yeah, I love this figure too, man. Starscream again, one of my favorite characters. One of the coolest villains out there too. Even though he's such a coward and a scumbag, it's just I don't know, something about the character. Just we love seeing him. We love seeing him get his ass handed to him. But,
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that's what made his character so enjoyable because
Yeah.
he was not the perfect villain.
No, he was not. And that's when we got to see him again, the coronation stuff, and he made himself, king of the Decepticons. And it was glorious to see, him.
Megatron, is that you?
Yeah, meet his demise. But dude, yeah, a beautiful figure. I do wish that they changed up or fixed some of that transformation as well, because I think that figure he needed waist articulation for sure. Because like the Siege version, he was able to twist, and you get a lot more out of him because like like that robot mode, I love on Siege, and the jet looks fantastic, like you said, except for the underside. The top view and the sides are great, but yeah, I don't know if you got them both. I would display both of them side by side. You know, the good robot mode and then the good jet mode. But yeah, fantastic figures all around. I actually, all right. So when Blaster came, I actually I had gone to the store and I found the Bumblebee movie version of Ravage. You know, the cassette that goes into Soundwave's chest.
Yeah, that's the Soundwave movie version.
Yeah, the movie version. And I gotta say, Ravage is like balls on accurate, if you ask me, to the G1 cartoon with the version that's there. So I'll share screen real quick here, and I'll show you the review. Like I said, I kind of like I tossed them in there. I'm like, oh, I'm doing Blaster anyway, and I had the Soundwaves next to him, so I'll just keep this low. So yeah, this was the Blaster figure, which again, it's a beautiful figure. I do hate the packaging on this stuff, and I do say it on here as well. It's so the artwork looks great, but that front shot, that window that they did, I thought was ridiculous. You know, where is he? He's turning around again here. Like, that's beautiful artwork. I love how they did that, but this thing where they're making the windows so tiny is ridiculous.
Well, you've seen what they're doing with like the Coronation Starscream and a lot of the other ones.
You can't even see them.
Yeah, they're solid boxes now.
Yeah, which is so bizarre. But I guess they know that, you know, the collectors are just going to get it anyway. They know what they look like. But for the regular person, it's bizarre. Why would they do that? And we know that they're going to start to get rid of these plastic, the clear plastic that's in front as well. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand why they're doing that. To me, it's ridiculous. But I gotta say,
it's such a small amount of plastic. It really shouldn't even matter. Now, real quick, what's going on, Chaos Hoy? Good to see you in Decepticon. I wanted everybody to know he got the Triclops and Stinkor with Scareglow.
Oh, nice, man. Excellent. Yeah, I haven't seen Stinkor or Scareglow anywhere. But, dude, that's great.
I did see Stinkor, and I was going to pick him up, and I didn't, and now I'm kind of regretting that I didn't pick him up.
Oh, man. Damn it. Oh, and I did see I saw it online somewhere. They did make the Trapjaw from Revelations as well. And the body looks great. The head looks awful on it.
Does it?
Yeah, I don't know what they made it look like. He had a giant kind of like a grinning face or something. You could move the jaw, but in the one photo that I saw, because it was in packaging already, you could see that the jaw was down, and he had like a row of teeth that were so strange.
So they gave him what was that? The giant Kali. They gave him a giant Kali jaw.
Something like that. I was like, what did they do? Like, if it works where you can keep just the jaw up and it hides all that, I might still get him if I see him. But if not, I might just pass on it completely. But I wanted the damn character, you know.
Great Kali, not giant Kali. Great Kali.
Great Kali. That was it. So yeah, I gotta say though, this Blaster figure is he's killer. This thing is really, really cool. I'm happy I got him. Like Tommy, you know, it wasn't the best price, but it wasn't the worst either.
Yeah, we were both looking at him about the same time too, and I just pulled the trigger a few days before you did.
Right. I wish I had waited just one more day, because the same day I got the tracking number for this guy, I found one in the store. I'm like, you got to be shitting me.
No, don't you hate the way that happens? I had that happen with another figure. It was the same thing. I couldn't find it anywhere. I wound up picking it up online. A couple days later, I wound up seeing it in a regular store. And I was so pissed off about it that I just bought the one in the store anyway.
I know, dude. It sucks when it's like that. But yeah. The cool thing that he did come with eject, like Tommy had talked about last week. And they made his pieces like all, you know, translucent plastic, which was interesting. I wasn't against it, but yeah, I was kind of surprised that they did something like that. But I think this line of figures, each one of them comes with some kind of like, a blue translucent plastic like that. I saw a female figure that they did the same thing, but I can't remember which one it was. Someone else was talking about it, so maybe it's just something they're doing with that specific line of Kingdom. What's up, Brightest Day?
What's
Dude,
going
how you
on,
doing, brother?
Brightest Day? Welcome.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, I think the details on this guy are incredible. He still has that same gimmick with the, that you could hit the button and it drops. But let me skip ahead a little bit here. And so I did have the Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie as well. And that figure is really cool. But his vehicle mode sucks. So I'm keeping him like that because I like the design of this thing too, and the paint was great. But yeah, his chest cavity is gigantic because look how this thing fits in there. It's like a little box or a little suitcase. But yeah, I'm really happy though that you were able to put his side guns that are like on his hind legs and the hips, that you're able to put them all on there as well. He came with one other kind of weapon, but I thought it was too big and it looked goofy, so I didn't even bother showing it. Some kind of like laser blaster thing that you could put either on top of them or underneath them. But yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think this guy is a really, really killer piece because his kind of Panther mode is awesome. It just looks so good, and it's so accurate, to at least in my eyes, to the G1 thing. Other than they put like white paint on them.
Well, the original one did have white paint on one side,
but not like that though. Not in those big kind of.
No, there was a big section on one side of the tape that they had all kinds of white paint. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. But dude, yeah, man. Like I said, I was very impressed with this guy, and yeah, I just kind of unfolded him throughout that. But I'll jump ahead a little bit. Like, look at this guy, and the jaw opens and closes.
That's pretty cool,
dude. I was pretty impressed with this guy, and he was like, I guess he's in the core line because they had him and they had what the hell is his name again? Shockwave, and I'm like, okay, well, that was weird that they had him like that because Shockwave is he's in the same scale as like the Megatron and.
Well, you know what I will say though, I'm looking at the way they're scaling though. I mean, they're like really out of scale though. I've noticed that between some of the movie versions and some of the ones that are for the regular Kingdom lines or even Siege or whatever, they don't. When you go to the movie lines, they don't seem to scale as well with the rest of the War for Cybertron line for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know either. But I mean, we both know that the cassette that came with the regular Soundwave, like that Ravage was pretty puny, and it's cool that they did it. He looks good as a cassette, but his cat mode there, his Panther mode,
he looked too small.
Too small. So that's why I'm like, when I saw him in the store, I'm like, oh my god, this thing actually looks really good. So I think it fits more in scale with these guys now. And I do have another side by side over here with them. This thing rotates a little more. So like, I don't know. What do you think? You think he scales a lot better?
The Ravage, definitely. I mean, granted, as far as the tape size, that's ridiculous. Oh, what's going on, Nano Reaper? Welcome. Good to see you.
What's up, man?
I remember when the tape bots actually folded into tiny little tapes. Yeah, I still have a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he looks great, man. And yeah, side by side with the rest of them. That's why, because I don't even need to have the other dude displayed. Just regular old Soundwave with these two look fantastic.
Yeah, like when you're getting back and you're talking about that Ravage that was part of the War for Cybertron line, and that was part of Siege originally. Mm-hmm. That one was so small that even the laser beak looked bigger.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
because I remember. Yeah, I remember when I picked it up because it came in the 2-pack. Laserbeak and Ravage sold separately from Soundwave, and I was like, damn, that Ravage looks tiny.
Yeah, but again, Laserbeak I think was the one that people like more anyway. Yeah, there he is, right next to him. So you can see he's a little fella. I call him Walton. No. I had to do this short joke, but again, for what it is, like I said, the gimmick's cool, but yeah, the new one I picked up, way better all around. That's night and day right there.
Yeah, there was a lot they probably could have did with that Ravage. Even turning him into a tape to make sure he fits in the Soundwave's chest. There was something they could have did to make it a little bit taller or a little bit longer. Like they could have had a pull out for the midsection to stretch the body out. There could have been something they should have been able to do.
Yeah, I agree for sure, man. But yeah, like as it is, they made up for it, I think, with this guy. And he fits in the other Soundwave's chest. So it's functional on both ends as a transformer and as a little care package. So yeah, that was my figure for this week. Slightly both of these, and it's cool that you could fit the tape decks. You could swap them out. Decepticons and Autobots. It's compatible. There's enough space in there, so that's cool. The one thing I forgot to do is see how many I could fit in the Bumblebee version of Soundwave, because that dude's chest is it's huge. Because
I would imagine you probably fit at least 3.
It's possible.
That looked really big.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot in a minute. But yeah, so those are the ones I had for this week. And today I picked up some really cool shit. So you'll be seeing some toy reviews next week for sure. And one is actually it's a McFarlane one, but it's one of his deluxe figures, which I didn't even know this guy existed until I walked into the store today and went, holy shit.
Well, I got a question for everybody in the chat. I have a slew of figures that I can actually do right now. So some of the ones I actually have, I have some of the McFarlane classic Batman series ones. So I have Batman, the Joker, and the Riddler that I could do a review on. I also have 3 Warhammer figures that I could do reviews on. I also have Swamp Thing. And the Swamp Thing, I want to say he's close to a 12-inch tall figure.
That's the one I picked up today.
Yeah, I picked that up. I was like, damn, that thing actually looks pretty good. So I have that. I could possibly do a review, but if you have it, I'll let you take that one.
All right, cool.
I also have a bunch of new Transformers. I have a couple new Masters of the Universe that I picked up as well. One of the new Transformers I actually already started filming, and that's Slug, who used to be called Slag, the Dinobot. I have him. Holy shit, it is amazing looking figure. And it's huge. He's huge, just like the Grimlock. He's
like the same price. He's like $50.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen him though. The only ones I still see that are in that scale is the Megatron, the dinosaur one.
No, but they look, it was fantastic. I also wound up getting from it was like a year ago. It was part of Earth. No, it was actually a year and a half ago. Part of Earthrise line. I did pick up Skylinks.
Beautiful, man.
From War for Cybertron. Holy shit, is that box big?
Yeah, that figure. I seen it on Liam's shelf in the background a while ago. It's funny. We were doing the Masters of the Universe stream, and that figure, literally, as we were talking about it, it had fallen off of his shelf. Oh shit.
Yeah, NaNoWriMo, I was looking at some of the Warhammers, and some of them didn't look all that great, but the ones I picked up didn't look half bad.
Oh, the McFarlane ones?
Yeah, the Warhammer ones that I picked up. I picked up a Necron. I picked up 2 versions of the Sisters of Sortes, which is, the female Marines.
Okay.
So there's a black and a red one, and then there's a red with white trimming. So I picked up both versions of her, and then the only regular Ultramarine I could find, or Space Marine I could find, was the one all in red. Because they didn't have nothing, like everything else was like gone, like it was like off the shelves. So I managed to get those 4. I also picked up the Karate Kid, and I picked up the one where Johnny Lawrence is in the skeleton outfit.
Okay, nice. It's the cloth. It has
yes,
cloth
yes. It actually looks pretty damn decent.
Oh, nice.
And I took a cue from you because I was having such a hard time filming Slug. Oh, Slag. I want to say Slag so bad because that's his name, but the character box says Slug. But I was having such a hard time filming the different angles of him that I wound up just turning it by hand. I said, I can't keep doing this with these big figures. So I wound up getting a rotating base like you have.
Oh, nice.
When my wife ordered it though, I was like, "Did you realize that you ordered one and it's got a light in the center?" And she says, "No." I said, "Yeah, it's got an extra. It's got 2 switches, and the second switch is a light in the dead center of it."
That's cool. You get that'll work in a lot of figures.
Yeah, that would be great for especially like the Karate Kid figure and everything like that, so you can get the light coming up from underneath.
Hell yeah! I wish I'd seen one. I would have probably done the same. Yeah, but yeah, those rotating bases are great. They're perfect for these reviews. You know, people get a nice, good turnaround. And like you said, it's way better. You don't have to do it by hand.
No, and that's one thing I didn't want to do. Well, there was one comic where they were trying to say that there were female space marines to a degree. I mean, I know in the original lore of Warhammer there wasn't, and they were like healers and other stuff like that. But
okay, yeah, I'm not super familiar with Warhammer. That's why I never got them. But I know like someone asked me if I was going to do any reviews on those. So I'm glad that you have them. So when you do it, I could just I could direct them over to your channel.
All right. They simply have power armor, no genetic manipulation or extra organs. Yeah.
Okay. I seen 2 of those McFarlane figures. They were like in a Books a Million, and I didn't know that they came painted because apparently they were the artist proofs. So they were all gray. They were all primed gray. So I'm like, oh, is this how they did them? Because I know like the little miniatures, you would get them like that so you could paint them yourself. I'm like, did they do it the same way? Apparently not.
Apparently, no, they apparently had the artist proofs, and then they had the painted versions. Yeah. And I was actually kind of surprised at how decent the Necron one looked, because I was expecting after looking it on the back of the box to not be as good when I found it, and I was actually surprised how good it looked. Like looks like he's got like stretched out skin over his mechanical face, and part of it I think like his shoulder or something like that. It doesn't look half bad. Yeah, Books Million delivered to Australia.
A lot of those designs are just cool anyway.
I love that game.
I almost did work with those people a long time ago, but their contracts are ridiculous. So it kind of fell through. But those things are they're kind of crazy. They had one character that looked like the Balrog from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that thing looked cool. That was one of the figures I was going to work on, again, a long time ago.
One of the demons from the Chaos side.
Yeah, those things look pretty sick. But it's funny that the guys who were going to give me that work was actually the dudes from the Wetter Workshop. They introduced me and my brother to them. So it just
I had never had a chance when I was younger to get into collecting all the little miniatures that came with Warhammer.
Right.
Because they were always so overpriced. I mean, holy shit. Like even now, some of those things, some of them go for a couple $100 just for one miniature.
Yeah.
I was like,
aren't you like all pewter?
I know early they were. I don't know if the newer ones are. I mean, maybe Nano Reaper knows, because Nano Reaper seems to have a pretty good handle on the Warhammer stuff.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Yeah, because it's something I wasn't that familiar with. I was about to have a crash course in it, and it never happened.
You know who else I know would know for sure? Probably Bruce Lombardo.
Oh, okay.
Because Bruce is into all the painting the miniatures and collecting the miniatures and everything, and I'm almost certain that he's dealt with a lot of the Warhammer stuff. Shame he's not in the chat too. He'd be able to drop some more Warhammer knowledge, because I have knowledge as far as some of the games that I played and some of the books that I've read. But beyond that, like collecting miniatures and being able to play the regular game, I unfortunately never had that kind of money to do that when I was younger.
Right.
All my money was going into comic books.
Yeah, because I was at the San Diego Comic-Con, and they had a giant booth over there, and like it was just a sea of people. I'm like, it was the only area that was super quiet. I'm like, what's going on over here? And then like they were actually like painting them up, and again, I don't know if it's just like a game that you play too with them. Again, I was not familiar with them, but I was impressed with the level of detail in those, and that my hat goes off to anybody who paints things like that, because I don't know. I have patience to make comic books and put hours of work into that, but to paint miniatures, I don't have the patience for it. I painted 2-ups, like the ones at McFarlane. I painted actual characters and the figures, but to do something super tiny like that, no.
Well, I mean, not only does it take an extremely steady hand, you got to have those paint brushes that are so thin that they look like pin needles.
Yep. Yeah, that's a skill right there. So.
But I do have one more figure, or well, it's actually 2 figures that I'm going to show off, and this once again it's from the '86 line. One I picked up over a year ago, and it's just been sitting around. And I've been waiting to do a review. I mean, we've had this discussion before. I've got so many sitting in crates that I've never had time to go through all of them. But I'm picking up extras as I go along. One of the other ones I just picked up. Do you remember Runabout and Runamuck? They were the 2 battle chargers for the original G1 line. The 2 Decepticons. They just looked like little sports cars, and it popped up. Well, my wife had picked up Runabout for me about a year and a half ago, and just recently I wound up getting the white one, which is Runamuck. So now I have both of them. Now I could wind up digging them out and filming them together, because there was no way I was doing one without the other. So
the white one, he was I thought, I could be wrong. Was he an Amazon exclusive?
I'm trying to remember. One of them was. I think the white one was. I think so.
Because I looked at it a while ago too. I almost got him, but at the time, again, the budget was a little tight. So I'm like, maybe next time. And I kept.
Well, there's another set that I was looking for, and I wound up picking up all those too. The Power Dashers, which were the mail-aways that they used to have for the G1 line. It was for was that the second year, or was that the first year? I think it was second year. So they had the 3 Power Dashers. One was a car, one was a jet, one was a drill. So they actually did Hasbro Selects releases for the drill and the jet. But in order to get the car, you had to go and get an Amazon exclusive 3-pack that had a Ghost Mirage, an Impactor, and then it had the freaking the Power Dasher car. I was like, son of a bitch. I already had Mirage, I already had Impactor, so now I got to get 2 more just so I can get this damn car, so I have all 3 Power Dashers like bastards.
It's like, they knew they had you.
No. And my wife was like, why does the packaging look so funny? I said, it's because it's a 3-pack. And then she said, why? And then I had to explain to her, and she said, oh, okay. I wasn't that interested. And I said, then why did you ask?
Oh, shit. Did you leave out that you already had them, or?
Yeah, I didn't tell her that I already had the other 2, because then she probably would have gave me the
she would give you the look.
I'll go do what I want.
Yeah, woman. It's like, I just keep it from her.
I won't even hide it. I'll just show her. She'll get mad, and then she'll get over it. Yeah. And if she don't, oh well.
Right. It's your hobby. Collect what you like. Not what the wife likes or doesn't like. Because if it's that, then we wouldn't have anything, right?
Yeah, Chaos Hoy. How do I not know of Makani?
We've all streamed together a whole bunch of times.
Yeah. But okay, I'm going to get into the last 2 that I have here.
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
And we are going to show the next set of Transformers figures. Both of these are from the '86 Studio series. We have Scourge, who I've actually had for a little while, and we just picked up the Sweep. Now, there isn't much difference really between these 2 other than a little bit of coloring variance, which I'm going to have to probably wait until I get it out of the box. You can kind of see it there. Other than that, these are pretty much the exact same mold. I kind of wish they would have did something different with the head sculpt, but let's go ahead and get these suckers out and see what they look like. So out of the packaging, these ones look pretty cool. You can obviously see the coloration differences in the two a lot better now outside of the package. Scourge is more of a darker, and the Sweep is a lighter blue. Other than that, they are almost exactly the same. The one variation difference that they do have, Scourge's gun hand is in his right hand, the Sweep is in his left. So of course with their extras on, they got the little gun blast on there. And as you can see, they can actually pose fairly well. The one thing I did notice there's a bit of a variance and a bit of a difference on with this Sweep guy is the rockers on his feet. And I'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah, so the last part is going to start off with that rocker problem, and it has to do with a lot of the posability of the figure. And it was the one thing that drove me nuts about that, actually both of his figures. And yeah, but as far as like looking like the studio version, once again, I think they nailed the look. Mm-hmm. But as I get through the rest of the review, you're going to get back into that problem I have with the Kingdom line as far as the size differences. And,
yeah, because... Well, yeah, I have the Scourge. I don't have Sweep. I thought it was the same figure, to be honest. I'm like, oh, did they just change his color? It's like, I know the one I have is more of like that lavender kind of purplish. And I'm like, oh, now he's blue? Did they screw up? It didn't even hit me that they were two different characters.
Well, every time I go and I look at these figures and I see them, even if it's one that I've already seen before, I will take a double or a triple look to make sure that it's not like a variance change. Oh, right. What's going on, Greg Levitri?
What's up, man?
And Luffy is God. What's going on? So you got your Starscream before me. Does the crown fit on the G1 Starscream? I have not tried that yet. And I did talk about I'm going to wind up putting a bunch of those older figures all together in a row to show off that they were very close in format as far as the size to the G1s, a lot of these newer ones, which I was shocked. Mm-hmm. I first noticed that when I picked up the Fall Cybertron and War Cybertron Optimus Primes and put them next to my G1. They were almost the same exact damn size as the G1. I was like, wow, really?
Nice. That's cool.
All right, so we'll play this last part, and then we can finish talking about them as far as the size variances.
As I said, these two pretty much have the exact same posability, so of course, well, with his wings in the way, he can almost do the Van Damme splits. Of course, he kicks all the way up and damn near all the way back. I mean, granted, these other parts in his transformation kind of get in the way. He's got Ben right there at the knee. He doesn't have the thigh twist like some of them do. He does have a rocker here at the feet as well. Now, this is the weird thing. This is what the Sweep does. Instead of staying in place like this one does, it wants to snap back up. So it's really a pain in the ass to get it in the poses. Both of the rockers on the Sweep's feet do this instead of being able to go into position like this one does. I don't like that. The arms come all the way over and all the way up and around. Of course, there's a twist at the bicep, twist at the elbow. Doesn't appear to be any twist at the hands. This hand does. There's a little bit of a turn at this hand. I don't know why there isn't one at the other hand. That one's like solid. Of course, there's a turn at the waist. And he's got a little bit of head movement side to side and down. Almost none up because, well, it kind of gets blocked by the rest of the collar around the back of the head.
Hey, you're not supposed to be in here. Who says?
And of course, if we're going to have Scourge and his Sweep out, we might as well have Cyclonus and Galbatron, both from the Kingdom line. They scale fairly well. I mean, I want to say Cyclonus should have been a little bit taller than Scourge anyway, but he actually seems quite a bit taller. Quite a bit. As far as Galbatron is concerned, well, he is tiny compared to Galbatron. And of course, Galbatron is a bit larger than Cyclonus. I think the Kingdom line scales a little bit better with themselves than they do sometimes with the 86 line, but usually the 86 line is pretty comparable. I think maybe the scaling here is just slightly off because I think Scourge should have been bigger. I think she should have been almost the same height as Cyclonus. And of course, in their futuristic Cybertronian jet forms, see, I already got Scourge's blast effect and his gun ported in at the side because they do create a port, so you can put that in there. I think they look pretty good. There is quite a few steps to actually get this one transformed. I think these ones look pretty damn decent, and I'm glad that I actually picked up both of them.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Yeah, that size difference. Like the more I looked at it, the more I seen how far it looked off.
Yeah, he needed to be taller for sure. Because I have those figures as well. And yeah, Cyclonus is. I was surprised at how tall he actually is. And Galbatron. Yeah, I just picked him up again the other day. Like I had him sitting somewhere. I went, oh, let me take a look at this guy. I'm like, he's huge.
Now here's. Did you happen to see? Because I know they did an '86 version of Galvatron as well. Is he just basically the same thing as the Kingdom one with a recolor?
Oh, I think so. Yeah,
because I mean, if that's the case, then they don't scale at all for whatever reason.
Yeah, the one I have, I think is the Kingdom one. So yeah, it should be the same figure, just different packaging.
Yeah, it's kind of that was the one thing that kind of upset me a little bit because I do remember the original figures. I remember Cyclonus was a little bit bigger than Scourge on the original figures, but not by that much.
Yeah, because like the width is fine. I think they have a good amount of mass on him, but yeah, his height, he's too short.
It's a shame. It's a shame because they hit all the right notes on the rest of that figure, like all the detailing they put in it. Like even with the fingers, with the claws on the end of the hands in there, that obviously they never had that in the original G1 figures at all. I mean, those things were pretty bare bones with the amount of detailing that they could do. But these look spectacular. It looked like it just popped right out of the movie. And the backgrounds that they're using with some of these newer ones like that, a lot better than what they were doing with some of the earlier ones.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is pretty cool, though. Yeah, man. I don't know. They're still hitting a home run, I think, on these figures for sure. They keep getting better and better. I think that's why they're harder and harder to find.
The one I've been actually on the lookout for lately is Perceptor.
I can't remember that one.
I can't remember if it released yet because I know I looked on Big Bad Toy Store and they still have something up for pre-order, but I've seen people already selling it on eBay. Now, I don't know if they're selling on eBay as a pre-order too, but some of the people selling on eBay are charging like 3 times as much what it should be in the store. Like if I go on Big Bad Toy Store, I can get it for about roughly around like $24, $25. If I go on some of these people that are selling on eBay, they're charging like $60, sometimes even $80 for the damn thing.
Wow. Yeah, that's garbage. Oh, it was the same thing with what the hell was his? Was it Springer? The one from the '86 line, the green.
Yeah, Springer.
Yeah, he's like a triple changer.
Yep.
Yeah, that dude. I found him in the store, but before that, like I was in passing looking for a different one. I'm like, oh, he looks awesome. And like the price is like $70, $80. I'm like, why is he so expensive? And then I saw him in the store. I'm like, oh, what was he, like $30? I'm like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, Decepticon, yeah, plus shipping, yeah. And that's why I'm very like finicky about who I buy off of eBay because there's certain people on eBay that will charge you decent shipping rates. Other people will give you free shipping if you know the right people to look for. Unfortunately, you get the other jerk-offs that might give you a lower figure up front to lure people in. And then if you're not paying attention, there will be like a $20 shipping fee on the bottom.
Yeah. I think you can like filter it out too. So you could like, if you're just looking for people who have free shipping and buy now and browse like that.
I mean, I know shipping is expensive because I'm actually looking to ship something out to somebody right now. And it's some of the stuff that I brought back from my dad's house. And it's, it's for Wookiee right there. He's been waiting a long time for that stuff, even though he said, when you get time, when you find it and everything. But I was looking up shipping to ship this shit out to him and where he's at, and I was like, the cheapest I could find is around $20. I'm like, holy shit, why is it so much to ship anymore? And then I was looking at UPS, they wanted even more. FedEx, they were ridiculous. I was like, holy shit, man.
Yep. Trust me, yeah, shipping is always been a pain in the ass, but it got worse during all this, the last 2 years for obvious reasons. Yeah, man, it stinks.
They make it so difficult, especially for people that are just trying to small time sell themselves, like whether it's a small business or whether you're just personally selling things off to make a little bit of money back, they kill you with the shipping rates.
Well, yeah, they do it on purpose because that's what they want. They want to hurt us all. It's awful.
It is terrible. But yeah, I'm still on the lookout for a few more things. I think I've already acquired most of the ones that I want out of that line already. I mean, there's a few here and there that maybe I'm going to take a second look at. Like the one I was talking about was Nightbird, the one that was in the Sunbow cartoon. She was a ninja in one of the Sunbow episodes. I was looking at that figure, and I know it's just a repaint with a new head sculpt and a few like extra gadgets that she has on her. But I was still really thinking about it because it just reminded me so much of the Sunbow cartoon that I was like, I don't know. I keep staring at it, I keep thinking about it. I might wind up pulling the trigger on that one too. But I know you were talking about the third party one that they did, and I do recall seeing that, and that thing looks spectacular.
It does, man. Again, those third parties for Transformers have been pretty damn amazing. I know every now and then you'll have a figure that like the transformation is like impossible or just really, really bad. But overall, like the robot modes or the paint applications and stuff, it's there, man. The quality is absolutely there on a lot of them.
And like you were saying earlier with that blaster one, I mean, I think they really knocked out of the park with that one because I didn't have one single issue with that figure whatsoever.
Nope. The only one you mentioned it to me, and I brought up in the review as well. It's when you go to transform them, when you fold the legs in, there is a slight bit of clearance issue. Mm-hmm. But other than that, no, just be careful and take your time with it, and it's fine.
Well, it's the same problem I had with that Starscream figure. There was a few pieces where the clearance is very, very small, and if you don't get it lined up just perfectly, nothing wants to snap into place at first, and you kind of play with all the parts and make sure you get them lined up just perfect. Then everything snaps into place. So at least they snap into place. Because I've had a few of those figures where they do not snap into place at all, and you got pieces like popping off or hanging off, and it looks dumb as hell. Yeah.
So that's pretty funny though. But they've been doing a great job, and I'm curious to see how much longer they're going to be keeping it up, and what other characters they're going to do.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see where they're going to take the line next. Like, I know that they already started releasing, or should I say, re-releasing versions of the old Beast War figures because I've seen them on the shelves momentarily, mind you. Momentarily, I didn't think much of them because I was never that big into Beast Wars to begin with. But I seen the figures and I said, they don't look bad. They remind me a lot of the original ones. And I seen a shelf full of them. The next time I went in there, which was less than a week later, every single one of them were gone. There was nothing at all.
That is surprising.
And it's the same thing with some of the Masters of the Universe, like some of the oddball figures, like Jitsu, Clamp Champ, even Ram Man, like some of those ones. I'm seeing less and less of them on the pegs anymore. Like it seems like people are snagging them back up again.
I think so. I've never seen Ram Man in the store. Not one version of him.
Well, really? You know what's sad? I just seen one yesterday.
Oh wow!
If I thought maybe you were looking for one, I would have snatched them up.
No. I wasn't collecting them, but I was just kind of curious. I'll take a look every time I'm there in the store because I'm just like I'm kind of curious of what they've done. I've been tempted. Like if I had done it, I'd have a gigantic collection right now of them because in the beginning, like I was able to find everything pretty much, and then
you don't want to compete for overblown toy rooms?
No. My 1/6 scale collection is that's enough for me. It's Yeah, these fucking things are everywhere.
Oh,
Well,
I
because
had the what? I had
the
the wife yell at
boxes,
me
man.
the other day because I told her, I said, yeah, well, I just put it in the toy room. She said, the toy room? I said, well, what do you want to call it? It's filled with toys right now. It's the toy room.
Right, dude. I have boxes. My one closet is just like it's filled like from the floor to the ceiling of just a wall of fucking boxes.
Nano Reaper, absolutely right. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's a bunch of eBay scalpers, eBay and Amazon. And
Yeah.
Decepticon said, I found the bad guy from Gargoyles today. Nice. Talnos.
Yeah, I want to review him as well. I picked him up last week. A Thalog, the evil version of Goliath. He's all dark purple with white hair. He's a cool looking figure.
Luffy has got Masterpiece makes some Transformers and their Galbatron looks sick. I might buy it. Yeah, you know what? I've seen a lot of those, but I was still very impressed with the one they did for Kingdom. I don't think they really did anything wrong with that figure other than a damn cannon. That cannon was way too long.
Yeah, it drags on the floor.
Yeah, I hated that. I mean, he looked like a caveman dragging his cannon on the floor.
I know. I got the same problem, especially in the morning.
I don't know, Nano. You might be surprised. Vinnie will tell you I've got a stupidly large collection.
Yeah, dude. It went beyond collection. I think we could call it obsession.
You think?
Your wife could confirm that.
You know what? It's going to be bad if I start telling her, it's Transformers that clothe you, it's Transformers that feed you. What's up, Gap Stargate? Yeah, I hope everything is well. I remember you saying that in Red Stream.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Tornado warnings, yeah. Careful with that stuff.
Right. It's nuts. Yeah, I've been getting a pretty good knife collection thanks to my friend Grandmaster Bram Frank. He's been hooking me up with some sweet blades, but yeah, I don't have the huge gun collection yet. But yeah, Nano Reaper, it sounds like you have a very sick collection. That's killer, man.
Yeah, I brought back a whole bunch of stuff from my father's house, like as far as guns.
Mm-hmm.
He even had a few of like the Civil War style, like musket rifles and everything. Like, because he used to do reenactment. So in conjunction with all the toys and everything else, there was a whole bunch of guns. There was a whole bunch of swords, knives. Like I actually filled up a tote, probably like a 25-gallon tote or so. I filled up about a 25-gallon tote full of knives.
Beautiful. Dude, that's awesome.
Have no clue what I'm going to do with them all.
Oh,
it's over now? Awesome.
Oh, okay, good. Nice. That's it. Be safe out there.
Dino Riders, huh? Nice. Just past 2,000 of pew-pews.
Holy crap. Dude, that's a massive collection right there.
Very nice. Now, as far as like what's new coming out, like I said, I can't remember if that Perceptor is supposed to be out already or if it's still pre-order. Because like I said, when I went on Big Bad Toy Store, it's pre-order. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking forward to that because I remember seeing early pictures of that like probably like 6-7 months ago, and I was like, damn, that character looks pretty good for the 86 line. I wonder if they're going to, I'm assuming they're going to keep continuing with the 86 line at this point too.
I think it's a safe bet. They eventually end up doing all the characters from the movie. I wouldn't be surprised because, again, they did Unicron, so if they did a figure like that, I don't see it being out of the realm of possibility to hit even more of them.
So I'm assuming that at some point they're going to do an RC for the 86 line too. I wonder how much that'll differ from the ones that they were released in Earthrise and Kingdom.
Yeah, didn't she look exactly the same?
But yeah, the Earthrise and Kingdom figures, like the one I sent you, I think was a Kingdom figure. And there was absolutely no difference between the Kingdom and the Earthrise. Or did I send you an extra Earthrise? I don't remember which one it was I sent you.
I already got rid of the box. I have her, but I think it was the later one.
Okay, so it was probably Kingdom then. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Kingdom. Yeah, because the box was different. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, as far as her, then you have some of the other characters that we may or may not see, like if they do an Ultra Magnus in the 86 line. I wonder if maybe they'll dip into some of the Junkions besides Rekgar.
I think wasn't there one more? I think there was one more that they did.
Did they?
I think so. He had a similar look to him, but there were some differences. I saw somebody reviewing one of the Transformers reviewers, kind of like he brought it up somewhere, but I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, because for some reason I thought maybe it was one of the other lines, like it was part of the Siege line or something like that. Because I do know in Combiner Wars they did a couple different versions. Like they did a Rekgar, and then they also did just a regular Junkion. And I wasn't sure if they did anything for the 86 line as of yet.
I don't know. That's a good question. But yeah, I'm looking right now at the Perceptor. Yeah. He does look good. But yeah, you're right. The prices are insane on this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and now if you go check Big Bad Toy Store, last time I checked was just a few days ago, and they said pre-order, and I'm pretty sure it was right around $24.
Yeah, that's what it should be. That's around retail. But they tack on the shipping afterwards too. So, but it's weird. I don't like their pre-orders because it's always, like you said, the timing's off. Like we're seeing them in other places or other people are selling them. I've seen certain figures in stores. I'm like, how come it still says pre-order on their page? And and the release date is like another 3-4 months away from whatever it is. I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that. No, I mean, not unless they're building up pre-orders like before it releases and after it releases, and then they're just not releasing it until they get a certain stock quantity or something.
Maybe.
Like I don't know because
if they're doing it, if they do it in batches, it's possible.
Because for some reason I recall seeing a Perceptor, but I don't remember if it was the 86 line or if it was one of the War for Cybertron lines. But I do recall seeing a Perceptor at some point in the past year and a half. I just don't remember what it was.
I don't know. It's yeah. Good question.
Absolutely. We're talking about that. That it is ridiculous.
Yeah. But again, the price gouging too, man. It's just it's way too fucking much what they're doing. Again, and like what do you call it? The Transformers, not Transformers, G.I. Joe. Forget it, man. You can't find those things anywhere. I found one Alley Viper today, like on a fluke, because it was just the same. They have the same two figures everywhere all the fucking time, and I was just kind of thumbing through them, and I'm like, what the hell? Because I just saw the orange of the figure. I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty amazing, but I want to get a Storm Shadow so badly. I don't know if they've been released yet. I want that classic Storm Shadow, and yeah, that's right now. I guess that would be like a holy grail.
Yeah, the only ones that I'm seeing in bulk are actually the movie ones, and I just could care less for them. As far as like the regular classified edition, the only thing I'm seeing is Lady J. I'm seeing, I think it's Gung Ho and Cobra Commander. Those are the only three I'm seeing. Now, as far as the smaller, like 3 3/4 inch figures, the last time I seen any of them was like 3 months ago, and I seen a whole peg shelf filled with the Cobra infantrymen. And
okay.
I went back like a week later, and they were all gone because I was thinking about it once again. And then I was like, well, if I see them next time I come in, I'll get them. And I came out, and they were gone, and they haven't had them since.
Wow. Yeah, those little ones. Yeah, I've only seen one or two of them that were different, and now they're all shit. We said his name on ETEP stream. The black dude in the what looks like the pajamas, the army clothes. But it's just that one figure. But I haven't even seen him lately, and I've never seen any vehicles. like the ones that ETEP keeps showing. I've never seen one, not one anywhere.
Roadblock, right? Roadblock.
What about him? No, it's not. It wasn't Roblox. It was like a character I'm not familiar with from the cartoons.
Okay.
Wow, what the hell was his name? It wasn't Spencer. I forgot. ETEP had said it, and I think he had him too. But I'm like, yeah, that's the only figure I've seen. I don't see any of like the A-list characters. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And yeah, classified. I'll see a Cobra Commander every now and then. The bookstore has a different selection. You're right. I see. Scarlet? They have the repaint, I guess, of Scarlet. And Lady J is everywhere, and the dude with the black beret.
Flint
and Lady J, I guess whatever the deal was when they put those out, because they knew a lot of people wanted those characters since they're like popular main ones. They're everywhere, and no other freaking characters. So I don't know how they're doing it. And you're right, in the movie ones, I see them every now and then, but yeah, that's about it.
No, I see a lot of them. As a matter of fact, I was looking at the Baroness one, and I was like, it's all right, but it doesn't really say Baroness to me.
I did a review on her, and I had the other one as well. And there's something that does work when you put the other head on her.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's just that really bad, that haircut, and just I don't know what they did with the design. But I think the body it's better than the classified one. Even though the classified one's more accurate to like the cartoon and stuff, but I don't know. I think like the legs and like the figure has a more feminine, nicer quality. If you ask me, it's just the head swap. But I have one of that Baroness from the classified series.
Yeah, the only one that I was actually ever looking for, like every single time I went out to the store when I seen the G.I. Joes, I was looking for Zartan, because that was like one of my favorite characters from the Dreadnoughts.
I got him. I was thinking about doing a review on him, but I don't know.
Oh, you absolutely should.
Yeah, he's a cool looking figure. I do like him. So.
Yeah, I seen Decepticon was talking about the bats. I still have a couple of the original bats.
Yeah, dude. Decepticon. I want those freaking bats. I love them. They were like my favorite in the cartoon as well. And as a kid, those original figures. I have not seen any of them. I want the bats, and I want the damn Storm Shadow, the classic one.
Now, I did pick up the classic Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes in the 3 3/4 inch, and they looked absolutely amazing. And I'm actually at the point where I don't think I'm going to break them out of the package. I think I'm going to just leave them as they are and just put them up in the wall when I eventually get my toy room built.
Yeah, that's a wise move, I would say. Because if I ever saw those, I would snatch them up too. Because those characters, especially together, they're killer. I know they there's a company I think it was 3-0. They made both of them in the 1/6 scale as well. And Storm Shadow does look pretty freaking amazing. They did like seamless arms on him, and there's like click ratchets underneath like that skin. It looks good, but and that scale, I'm not looking to get a whole bunch of G.I. Joe stuff. You know, so far they only made those 2, but they do look amazing. You know.
Nano Reaper has a question. What was the Cobra character that came with the twin shot missile launcher?
Oh, I don't know.
I am not sure offhand. I'm trying to remember all the Cobra characters that actually would have came with a launcher, and I can't think of one with a missile launcher off the top of my head.
You look it all right now.
But one other thing I will mention is, you know how they were doing like the reaction in the Super 7 figures?
Mm-hmm.
They did a line of G.I. Joe Super 7s. So the card stock looks exactly like the original G.I. Joe figures. Of course, they're more like the Star Wars, just arms, legs, and head movement. But they did those. And one of them I seen, I laughed my ass off, is they had a blue version of Snake Eyes, like kind of like a cartoon version or something.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they didn't look bad, but it was like, nah. Especially not for some of the prices of some of those freaking reaction Super 7 figures, because some of those are getting up in price now.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, they seriously
Like,
are.
yeah, I've seen some of them were even going for like $17 a figure now. I was like, what? Are you kidding me?
Let's see if I can find that. Storm Shadow figure. I'm gonna show you real quick.
Yeah, Kick 44. What up? Sorry, I got to go, Tommy, in chat. If you need to go somewhere after the stream is over, raid Christy. Awesome. Thank you, Kick.
Nice.
I hope you have a good
Yeah.
one.
Here
$17.99 in Texas. Oh, and the prices on those things are ridiculous. I remember when they first started, when they first were releasing the reaction figures, they were only going for like $5 something.
Oh, geez. Yeah, this is the Storm Shadow I was telling you about. And yeah, those are all seamless arms, and they got like the ratchets underneath them. Yeah, and this is the 1/6 scale, and apparently they're going to do another version too. You get them like that kind of the winter camouflage, which is interesting too. Oh yeah, these figures are impressive with what they've done with them, but yeah, they come with a good array of weapons and stuff too. They did him and they did Snake Eyes. Both look sick, but again, I don't have the money to burn right now. But I would, trust me. I've been tempted. Yeah. So that's it. He comes with the bow and arrows, nunchucks, blades, alternate hands. Good stuff. And yeah, and there's like
I see you, comrade. I see you.
Oh, we had the Dos Vidania, bitch.
That's Vidania.
Oh yeah, here's the Snake Eyes with them.
Thank you, Red. Got it before I could. Everything runs so slow on my end that by the time I try to get them, it's spins.
I know, we got that bad Florida connection.
Freaking horrendous.
The worst. What do you want? It was a swampland. People used to come down here if they wanted to get rid of bodies. Not that I know anything about that.
Yeah, I remember when you get a G.I. Joe figure for like $1.99. Yep.
That's why we had so many.
Cheap.
Dude, that's why we had like armies of those things.
I mean, to be fair, back then $1.99 was worth a lot more than what it is now. But even then, a price comparison? No, there's no price comparison. It was still cheaper back then.
Oh yeah, for sure. You kidding me? Yes, he's a pretty damn sweet.
Damn, he looks pretty sweet. I take it that's like cloth legs and everything too.
Yeah, I think he's got a mix of materials on the upper half, but yeah, the bottom, it's like soft goods with the plastic, ball jointed ankles. So yeah, they get like great range of motion. Like, look at that shit. That looks so good. Like I said, very tempted, but yeah, I can't. They did the red version too. I guess we call it the Deadpool look, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I seen some of the Mezco ones. I didn't realize how many that they've made. So they're like, what are they, like 7 to 8 inches, and they have like all soft goods as well. Which it might have been a smarter move to collect those lines of things, but I didn't know how many they were making, what they were doing. But yeah,
and that's the thing too. When you start getting involved with some of the ones that are more like collector pieces, almost like they're almost like movable statues at that point. They start getting so expensive that unless you're like loaded, you're not going to be able to get the whole collection. So now you're sitting there picking and choosing which ones do you actually want to buy.
Exactly. That's why, like, what I'm doing with the 1/6 scale, it's like a lot of the third parties, they're more reasonable in price. So especially if you could pre-order them. Yeah, there's Toys Wonderland. That's a great site. And yes, usually their pre-orders are fantastic if you get them over there. Because if you wait later or when they just get them in stock, the prices go up. So that's why I said, like, a lot of times I'll pre-order something and, you know, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's finally coming. Yeah, I waited this long and now it's finally here. You know, there's a lot of times I say that during my reviews. It's because of that. Because to pay the prices like the Hot Toys are asking for is no, fuck that.
No, it's absolutely ridiculous. The only thing I do wish that some of these companies would do is I wish that they would be a little bit more, how could I put it, conscientious with their stock that they're putting out. Because they're just not putting out enough, especially when you get these damn scalpers running out there stealing everything before like the average collector can actually get to them themselves.
Yeah, it's awful. Those guys ruin it for everybody. And like you said too, kids still pick up stuff like this. You know that right now there's a lot of guys our age, they have kids. You go to the stores and you can't find anything. So it's like, oh yeah, you just showed them all the cartoons that you used to watch. They love it. I know G.I. Joe is always on YouTube. It's like it's playing 24/7.
Yep.
So yeah, they're still there. They're in the know.
Well, look at ETEP and his kid.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Playing with not only the older figures, but some of the newer ones apparently too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Decepticon. Well, not everybody. Just the better parents. They show their kids all this stuff, and yeah, they usually collect or play together. Essentially, like ETEP and his kids, just like Tommy said.
Yeah, I've actually seen it myself. I've seen a few times where the kids are in there and I'm picking up a figure. And like, I always go back to that one with the Shockwave because it just cracked me up. I picked up the Shockwave from no, it wasn't Kingdom. It was Earthrise. I think that one was from.
I think so.
But I picked up the Shockwave. I was taking a look at them. I already had the damn thing. I just picked it up to look at it anyway. I put it down and the kid, I mean, he couldn't have been no more than maybe, 7 or 8, I want to say. He snagged that thing. And Mom, and she's like, yes, you can get it. I was like, a smile crept on my face because I was like, thank God there's still kids out there that know what quality is.
Yeah, but and again, to Decepticon's point, when I'm in these stores, it is people our age that are in those aisles, not so much kids.
No, it's true to an extent. I mean,
yeah,
I wonder if sometimes these kids are kind of like scared to go in those aisles because they see the scalper adults in there like purging the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, when I was a kid, we still had scalpers even as kids. I mean, it's not something really new, but they're just not as bad. At least they weren't as bad back then as they are now.
Well, yeah,
but
they have the internet, and they know exactly when shipments are coming, and yeah, they basically make a business out of it.
And it's disgusting because I know when I was a kid, if we seen one of those guys that were looking in there, I would just slip underneath them, grab something right off the peg in front of them, and they'd usually stare at me like, "Hey, man, you snooze, you lose." I grabbed it first.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I remember around the time I was working at McFarlane, we took my cousin to the city. He had never been to Midtown Comics, so we went in there, and they have there's 2 different floors. So there's one with all the comic books, and then you go to the top one, and they have a wall of toys. So at the time we were all into the Legacy of Kain series, and there was a company that made figures of them, and Kain was just released, and I knew. I looked up on the website. They said that they were released, and they might have had them in stock. So I'm running up the stairs. He's a big guy, so it was hard to get around him. But he's looking at the wall and shit, and I went and I saw the Kain figure. I just squeezed it in front of him, grabbed it off the shelf, and he nearly had a heart attack. He's like, "You son of a bitch!" And they only had one. So, yeah,
see now I don't have to worry about squeezing in front of people because now I'm taller than a lot of them, so I'll just tower over them. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm sorry. Yeah, get out of my way. I'm taking this.
Most of the way in.
Yeah. So Decepticon said I found the RoboCop bad guy. The Ed 209. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, nice.
And what's going on, Curtis YC? Good to see you, man. I hope you were doing well.
Hello. Shit.
Yeah, I got the RoboCop with the spray paint kick me on it.
Oh, are those the NECA ones? I have yet to see those in stores.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I found some of the old ones. You remember the old RoboCops with the cap firing action?
Yeah, I had those.
Yeah, I got 2 of those. I got the regular RoboCop and then the silver gray, and then I have the glow in the dark version. And then I also found the Ed 209, and then my brother had a couple of the bad guys, but the bad guys are in pieces. Like their arms and legs were pulled off. They don't look like they were broke. They look like they were just pulled out of the sockets. But they're all the old school cap firing ones. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Those and I had his cop car as well.
Zeta.
Oh, that's the company that made the RoboCop ones. I'll have to look them up.
And he also says they're doing Judge Dredd and Death. Oh, nice. And Fear. I always wish they would have did all 4 of the Dark Judges. Because I know like they did an early like a 2000 AD version of Dredd, and they had Death, and they were decent looking. And they had like what was the one, the Rogue something, Rogue Soldier or Rogue. Damn, I forget what that guy's name is. But they had a couple other one from the 2000 AD comics, but they never did the full set of the Dark Judges.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I still have the Death one. He's super articulated. Like I want to say that these things came out early 2000s, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's Haya, not Zeta. Okay, Haya Toys for the RoboCop.
Haya Toys. All right, let me look that up.
Yeah, I always wanted to get Death and all the freaking Judges because I had those comics early on, and I must have reread those things like 20, 30 times at least. Like, I'm surprised that the cover didn't fall off off those comics because I forget how long the series was, but the series was great.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, I seen this in a comic store. The RoboCop ones. They're small. Yeah, they're like 4 inches, 4.5 inches. But they're nice. They got like a good weight to them. And yeah, articulation is pretty good too. They made Predator figures as well. I've seen those in the store. Never saw the Ed 209, but I did see a couple of RoboCops.
No, these are different Predators than, because I don't know if you remember, like a year and a half ago, they were re-releasing the ones like the Colonial Soldiers and stuff like that. And they had like the big Queen alien, and they had like the Rhino alien. It was like the same ones they had released in the 80s.
That I don't know. I know NECA did them because I have a Rhino alien. I love the design of it. I thought it looked fantastic. It's a pretty big figure. But no, the ones that he's talking about, they're the 4-inch ones or the 4.5-inch ones. And yeah, I remember the detailing is really nice on them too. They're pretty damn cool.
Oh, you're going to get the Ed 209 soon? Nice.
Excellent, man.
Huh.
Oh, these 2-packs. Okay. Oh, excellent.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I like when different companies get licenses, and you'll see different size figures, and that's a cool thing. I was never able to get my hands on a RoboCop one because when I was starting to collect, they were already long gone. Hot Toys made RoboCop in the chair and everything. You remember, like when they took the helmet off and they would charge him up or he would rest. They did that whole unit. I'm like, holy shit! Like my jaw hit the floor when I saw that thing. But yeah, good luck finding those at any kind of reasonable price. Jeez.
No, I mean, like we're saying that's like with anything though. Like any of these franchises anymore with these newer toys. If you don't find it in store or get it a pre-order early on, you're going to be paying through the freaking teeth for them later on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And a lot of people, we can't pay those prices, or won't. There's certain shit that I really want, but I'm like, no, can't do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I'm going to give you for example, like paying through the teeth. As far as that Skylinks that I got,
Mhm.
that thing was originally going for about $75 in store because he was a commander class. When I got that damn thing,
Uh-huh.
it was close to $200. And it was a lot more than I wanted to pay, but I've been pining to have that figure forever. And the most ridiculous thing is when I was up north cleaning my father's house out, I went out to a store, I seen Skylinks on the shelf, and I looked at it, and I was like, should I spend the $75 and get that thing right now? And this was early when I was cleaning, and I was like, nah, I can wait until I get home, because I was still under the impression that I was going to spend a couple months up there cleaning, and I was coming right home. Oh, what a fool I was. And now looking back, I'm like, God, why didn't I buy that when I seen it?
Yeah. The worst it was when Toys R Us went out of business because there's a bunch of shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get it next time, or when the price drops yet again, because everything, every time you walk in there, they dropped it another, 20%, another 50%, whatever the items are. And yeah, good luck. Dude, those people cleaned out Toys R Us. Yeah. But yeah. The hunt is always, I don't know. There's something entertaining about it, and ball twisting.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Like every once in a while, you kind of get that, not quite a heart palpitation, but you get that like, oh, damn, that's on the shelf.
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you, they did the retro line for Spider-Man, and they have a brand new symbiote version of them that looks absolutely incredible, and they have the extra articulation in them. Cannot find them at all. He's going for like $80 to $100 online.
Wow.
And completely sold out everywhere else. And yeah, I've never seen him in stores. And I know they're out in stores because I seen one or two figures from that line. But yeah, never him. I'm like, oh, that's a good figure.
It's just
something like that.
Crazy. It really is nuts how much some of that. It's crazy how much some of that stuff costs, and how much these people jack those prices up for. It's like, it's insane. I mean, these companies are trying. They're trying to make money, and they're trying to put out, a lot of them are, I would say, are trying to put out good quality toys. And unfortunately, you get these scalpers and these other dirtbags that are just ruining it. Not really only just for the people who are trying to collect it, but for the toy companies as well. Because when all these scalpers pick everything up, 9 times out of 10, they hang on to that shit for a very long time because most people aren't willing to pay those prices that they're charging for them. Oh, so that actually hurts the companies as well. So then they're like, oh, okay, well, maybe we won't put out as many now because they don't seem to be selling. It's not that they're not selling. It's the fact that people that want to buy them out of the stores can't get their hands on them.
That's exactly it. Yeah, you nailed it. And then you have places like, like Hasbro's store on eBay. And they don't have a proper selection, or the characters that do sell in a good way. They have like the shitty ones that are just sitting there.
What's going on, Jason Lee? Good to see you, man.
What's up, man? Later, Gap. So you got to feed the crew.
Yeah, be well, Gap. Yeah, I know the pigs are starting to already stare at me. Like, Human, where are our treats? They will be coming eventually, guys. Don't worry. I will feed you again.
They're on the way.
I know. I'm not sure if Drew is going with his Pegasus actual podcast tonight or not.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, because he missed out last week. There was problems because of household issues.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's taking this week off too or not.
I don't know. I know the Tuesday he took off. But yeah, I don't know either.
I guess we'll see what happens. But I'm about ready to like take a bit of a TV timeout already. What do you think, Vin?
Yeah, no, we're good either way, man. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good discussion again. I mean, if some of you missed what we talked about early on, Vinnie actually showed off the blaster from the Kingdom line. Mm-hmm. I showed off the Coronation Starscream, Scourge, and Sweep from the 86 Studio series. So if you haven't seen that, if you came in late, rewind it and check that out. Those figures look amazing. Once again, companies that are doing it right, paying attention to the older stuff and putting as much new details and articulation as they possibly can, that they can get away with without like jacking the prices up through the roof, which some of them are already getting close to being a little bit too much as it is already.
Yeah.
But I have some things planned for next week. I'm still not 100% sure what I want to do because I seen some like halfway negative responses to the Warhammer one, so I think I might put them off for now. Maybe I'll go with the McFarlane Classic Batman series figures and do the reviews on them. Good, that would fit right in if you're going to do the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I'll do Swamp Thing. I have a couple that I could actually do, but yeah, he'll definitely be. I think he'll be the next one.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, I picked them up today. I was shocked. I didn't even know that they made them.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. They like number one, how good it looked. Because 9 times out of 10, when you get those larger figures, especially the ones from DC, they seem to be lacking a little bit of detail.
Yeah,
this one yeah,
the details there. If anything, first look, I'd say I think he needs a little bit more paint application. Other than that, this figure looks gorgeous.
Absolutely does. And there's a few other ones I was looking at besides that, but none of them really caught my eye. I did see one other set of Joker figures that I was looking at, and I was like, I don't know, because I only see 2 of them. They're doing the 3 Jokers now.
Okay, yeah. I seen one of them. I seen the Batgirl, and I saw the Batman. But yeah, I already did. I review it, or did I do it on a live stream? I ripped into that book.
Did you?
How bad the fucking writing was in it. Oh my god, yeah.
I read the book. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was the worst thing that I ever read. It was just there was a few like gaps in the storyline that didn't kind of make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought the concept of 3 Jokers doing things differently, and that's why you kind of got a little bit different of a Joker in some of the comics, kind of, I wouldn't say it made sense, but it was a good novel idea, I thought, for the book.
I saw what they were trying to do, but it doesn't make sense because the Joker is that messed up in the head. He's that twisted that he wouldn't be looking to make more Jokers or anything. That whole thing too, where they were taking all those people, and dude, everything about it, just getting into that, it really twisted my balls because I'm like, this is just shitty writing and lazy writing. And he had Batman killing in that in those books it made no sense. He literally, from we got to save them, we have to save these people, to he calls the Batmobile, busts through the wall, and runs over like half of them. How is that saving anybody? And then it ruined the Killing Joke because they tried to do a storyline at the end of the book of what had happened to his wife and everything. Like, no, you just shit all over a fantastic one-shot story. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Hey, look, she's giving me shit from the chat now. The missus in the chat giving me shit. Really? Is this the way it's going to be? It's not like I can see who signed in. I don't have that ability.
No. You got to comment. That's how we see you. That's funny.
But anyway, guys, make sure to stop by because Vinny's got stream going on tomorrow. Vinny, go ahead and you have the floor, my friend.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, tune in for tomorrow over on my channel of Vinnie Art. How you see it right there in the corner of the screen. I'm starting to get rid of some of like the older live streams here and there because it looks like YouTube are being assholes again. So if you want to catch these live streams, do them while you can because it depends on what we talk about. I might delete them kind of right away. I don't know at this point, but I'm going to keep up there. I'm going to keep up the toy review content. I'm going to keep up the drawing streams, all that kind of stuff. I want to do the master classes again when Shadow of the Kraken's done, but I can't do them yet. I'm focusing on the book right now. I have a handful of pages left to paint. All the pencils and inks are done. So yeah, I'm looking to get this book done by the end of April. It's kind of what I'm looking at right now. So we're very, very close. And yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get this Shadow of the Kraken into everyone's hands. But in the meantime, you can definitely pick up City of Venus, the 2 art books. Those are on the same campaign. You get just a whole bunch of awesomeness out of those. They ship immediately. Through the Woods, the hardcover book. It's a ghost story, co-created, co-written with my brother Frank. Everyone loves that thing. Again, 100-page, oversized, kind of like European format hardcover book. Yeah, you do not want to miss that. Yeah, man. Yeah, Fridays and Sundays are when I stream on my channel. Throughout the week, you catch me here with Tommy. You can catch me on ETEP stream and on Red Gaze's stream. So, and Drew on Tuesdays. That's right. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. Chat, you guys are amazing. Tommy, you are just one of the coolest people. Proud to call you my friend. Yeah, I'll look forward to doing even more of these.
Awesome. No, it's always a pleasure to have you on, Vinnie. It's always a good time. We always have a lot of fun. We always get a lot of amazing people to stop by in the chat. Even people that want to tell me to check my cell phone. I usually don't check my cell phone during a live stream. It just doesn't happen. I silence it and I pay attention to what I'm doing. You know, do one thing at a time and then do it well, at least, or at least partially well.
Right.
But guys, I appreciate everybody that's been in the chat already. The missus for stopping by and giving me grief. Curtis YZ for being here as well. Jason Lee Tucker, thank you for coming in. Gap Stargate, appreciate you as well, my friend. Decepticons, Cave of Villains, always a pleasure to see you. Keep doing those shorts, man. Keep showing the stuff that you love. Nano Reaper for being in the chat as well. I know Red Gaze was in here earlier. Tony was through. Of course, we can't forget our Russian bot friends. Keck44, who was here. Oh, God, who else was here? I know I'm missing somebody. Luffia's God was in here earlier. Mm-hmm. Chaos Hoy, Greg Levitri, Tehillim 29. Thank you so much for coming. You guys really are the best chat on YouTube, and I appreciate every time that you guys come in. I know Christy, according to Christy, is actually going right now. So if you guys want to go ahead and stop over and show, according to Christy, a little bit of love, make sure you give her the old hashtag guinea pig swarm and let her know that we're showing her a little bit of love. But remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, which you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. And we'll catch you next time. Later, y'all.
Have a great one, everybody.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, hi, Coast Casino.
Hey, welcome to Sporking News Podcast. My name is Scott.
I'm Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews.
I am the Patriot, True Taylor, aka Supreme Heretic.
The Red Gaze on YouTube, at the Red Gaze on Twitter.
What up, what up, what up?
Hello, everybody. It's me, Vinnie.
The voice of Immortal Coil.
Oh, hey, I am the Ghost Bear.
What's going on, Tommy? You didn't get anybody to like this?
Yeah, I'm Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast.
Tony, Death, rockin'.
I mean, we have a lot of cool things over there. I did some magic tricks.
Hi, guys. Try to stay here.
My name is Monkey Knight.